This is Jamie Stangroom reporting from the state of Georgia, USA, the home of demogorgons, inverted worlds, and really bad psychokinesis-induced nosebleeds. Join me as I track down the real-life locations from Netflix hit series Stranger Things, and meet the people who helped bring them to screen. Hold on to your egos, I start now. My Stranger Things pilgrimage brought me to Atlanta, Georgia, the Hollywood of the South. Although creators, the Duffer Brothers, originally wanted to film it in and name it after their hometown of Montauk, New York, before switching to the fictional 1980s Indiana suburb we now know as Hawkins. And purely for artistic reasons, and maybe also probably tax incentives, Georgia was chosen to portray it. Now, I haven't driven in about 12 years since moving to London. I've never driven an automatic. I've never driven in America. I've never driven on the right-hand side of the road. I would say that's the wrong side of the road, but either way, I've never done it. So my mental stability status right now is Will's mum. With just a day and a half to squeeze in as many spots as possible, I started at one of the few locations actually in the city. Northeast of downtown Atlanta is the gateway to the Upside Down itself, Hawkins National Laboratory. This strange structure has been used for 2 seasons now, maybe 3, with most of the interior scenes filmed at the city's Screen Gem Studios. To be honest, it's pretty much as you see it in the series. It's creepy, basically windowless. Has somebody even left the gate open? It was once the home of the Georgia Mental Institute, a 141-bed psychiatric hospital, before closing in 1997. Since then, it's been owned by Emory University with no news on its future. So even in the real world, we don't know what happens in there. So I'm now going to leave Atlanta and start heading south of the city towards Jackson, aka downtown Hawkins. Raised during the Civil War, Jackson, named after British Governor James Jackson, is today mostly a commuter town. With a population of 5,000 people, it's 46 miles southeast of Atlanta, situated in Butts County, Georgia. Butts County, baby! I arrived in the town's main square, and apparently the 1980s. Word on the street was that I'd just missed season 3 shooting by a matter of days, including a parade scene, which is why I found ribbons everywhere. But they weren't the only sign of Stranger Things activity. There literally was a sign at the Butts County Courthouse, which stands in as Hawkins Library. To prove they were here, the public library sign is back on the building. Meanwhile, the interior was filmed at an actual library 40 miles away in East Point.
What?
Melville's General Store, which is usually Jackson Drug, was also dressed for filming on the outside, with the inside shut away from prying eyes. But as the old saying goes, where there's a bench, there's a way. Next, I headed to the cinema where Nancy finds the graffiti in season 1, which is actually a bar that goes by the name of Bradley's Old Tavern, and I met its landlord, Jim Young, whose back alley was also a location.
The boys were fighting right up here.
Their family is a disgrace to the entire...
Police car was right here where we're standing. Right here on the hood of the car and all that.
Sat in the position of the fictional ticket booth, I asked Jim what Jackson life was like before Stranger Things.
Very quiet little town. They came in, and in a matter of days, the town was all redone. It really has enhanced and made our town better. Restaurants moving in. All over the world, tourists are coming in. What you're seeing here now is all from the movie. They brought in old furniture for the Royal Furniture Store. Rental place did not change. They left that the same. I got a feeling they're going to come back.
So obviously there's all the positives that I'm sure the locals see and appreciate, but at the same time, when Stranger Things rolls into town, it does take over. Like, you can't get to your local shop, you haven't got access to roads. Do people start to grumble a bit as well? Does it annoy people?
Well, yeah, but you know what? Everybody's proud. They're a little inconvenienced, but it's okay. It's all good. Everybody loves it. I wish I could hang around and see this.
I'd love to, and I was late. They were here.
Yeah, you missed it. You missed it by a few days.
In a scene too powerful to show, I said goodbye to Jim and set off back to Atlanta. But I wasn't quite done for one day yet, making a stop off at the city of Stockbridge, which has precisely 2 Stranger Things locations to its name. First, at 112 North Berry Street is Smoking Q's, which doubled up as the hideaway bar where Hopper questioned and then beat up the bloke who found Will's fake dead body in the quarry. The second, just a few minutes drive away, is Patrick Henry High School, which has been used as exteriors and interiors for all Hawkins middle and high scenes. The building itself closed in 2015, with the new school building just next door. As much as I was enjoying admiring empty corridors from afar, there was only so much creeping around a school with a camera that I could stomach. So I returned to Atlanta wondering whose private property I'll be peering into on tomorrow's Curiosity Voyage. Mornings are for coffee and contemplation. It was day 2 and stop 1 saw me head 24 miles west of Atlanta and step foot in the city of Douglasville, as confirmed by this bin. Specifically 45 Prey Street, where I would stare at an abandoned old commercial building with 2 circular marks, providing all the evidence I needed that the Hawkins police station signs were once there. The building has been used for both exterior and interior scenes. All that staring at walls left me feeling peckish, and when I find myself in times of hunger, Benny's Burgers won't come to me, because that's fictional. It'll be Tiffany's Kitchen instead. However, this Lithia Springs diner didn't serve the Hopper Whopper burger topped with demo gorgonzola followed by a serving of delicious upside down cake that I craved. But you can have the Angus burger that Benny made for 11 in season 1. Tiffany herself told me how the Stranger Things crew prepared the diner for filming.
They changed pretty much everything. They were here for a whole week. Painted everything white. They took everything out of here except for my table and some of the equipment.
And what about Benny then? That Benny character, what was he like?
He was real sweet. All of them were.
Did you have to train him up in the kitchen?
No.
He was pre-trained?
Yeah.
Or was it pre-cooked for him?
Well, we cooked it for him. Yeah, we cooked it for him.
Secret chefs.
Yes.
With less warning than a Demogorgon, Tiffany's mum appeared out of nowhere, and this is where the Demogorgon comparisons stop. She was very nice, and her name's Melody.
Did you sit at this famous table?
I sat at it, Tiffany's mum.
At 11 ate the burger.
Really?
They made her do it about 25 times, bless her heart.
Poor thing, she got
She ate 25 burgers?
No. Well, they had to bring her a spoon.
Right, okay.
She's a sweet little girl. She was almost in tears.
Really?
Yeah.
And the mom came out of me. I was like, no, don't make her eat it anymore. Surely you've gotten a good shot by now.
This is where she sat, right there. So I'm where 11 would have emerged from the woods and set her eyes on Benny over there, sticking the rubbish out, or the trash as we are in America. Probably fair to say in a more organised manner than what I'm seeing today. With only a couple of hours until my flight home, I knew that I needed to fit in at least one more location, for the sake of their children, our children, and what viewers remain. I made it to this leafy suburb just 7 miles from the airport, where I found 2 final Stranger Things locations, the Sinclair's house and the Wheeler's house. Thank you for watching this episode of Where They Made That. I'll leave the details of where you can find the locations from this video in the description, in case, like me, you have too much time on your hands. Let me know in the comments whatever movies and TV show locations you'd like me to track down, and subscribe to the channel for future episodes.